the Minority Leader in the Senate, Joe Schiavoni.
Thank you, Fred. Yeah, I think that Leader Strahorn touched on a lot of the true statistics of what's going on in our state. You know, what I was most concerned about the speech is the governor talked about all of these improvements that he wants to make. Improving education, giving kids an opportunity to participate in arts, putting our arms around guidance counselors so that they can help our kids. But we've been doing something called Columbus to the Classroom, where we go talk to the teachers, the kids, and the parents. A lot of schools are cutting art because they don't have the funds. So if we don't invest in art, if we don't invest in these programs for the students, if we don't invest in additional guidance counselors to help the kids, then you don't have a successful education in our state. And that's a major problem. He talked about drug abuse and dealing with drug abuse and making improvements. But Let's Start Talking doesn't go where we need to go. It doesn't get us to a place that we're making those investments, where we're reaching people, we're touching them, and we're helping them. That's a major problem. Talk about water quality and the investments that we need to make. We were lacking the true investment for water quality, for lead contamination. Didn't talk about that issue, major issue in my district with lead contamination in water. Talked about making neighborhoods safe. You got to have a plan. You got to have a plan for blight, and you got to have a plan for revitalization. Nothing in there about that. Talking about veterans. I mean, Senator Gentile's sitting here. He's got a bill that would give tax relief to disabled veterans. That's something that we could rally around together that he didn't bring up. And so instead of talking about making those investments, he says that we are going to have more tax cuts and we're going to speed them up. And he wants all of us to get behind that. That's something that may be difficult, because when he's talking about bringing everybody together in a collaborative process, it has to be more than that. It has to be a true collaborative process where we're working on issues together. And so he talked about redistricting and getting rid of gerrymandering. Let's do it immediately. He talked about earlier in a meeting with me dealing with e-schools and dealing with the issues that we may have overpaid them millions of dollars. I said I want to work on that immediately. Get me the bill, he said. We're going to do that. So he ended his speech with talking about knocking down roadblocks and getting over hurdles and all the things in order to move together as Republicans and Democrats and working through issues in the next couple of years. But that has to happen, and actions speak louder than words. So we're going to provide them with the legislation from all of our members, both in the House and the Senate, hopefully be able to work with the governor's office and the majority and try to get some of these issues resolved. So that was kind of my take on this whole thing, and I wanted to just open it up for questions.